You can't feel that way though unless you put the time in. You know, and these kids they did all, you know, in the preseason, you know, the off season, getting ready for it as far as workouts and stuff. And those precious 2, 3, 4 minutes of time is why you work for that, because you can't get that feeling anywhere else. And you know, that's what we tell the kids, and because that's what life is all about. And those moments, and you know, every one of the kids on that field, and every one of their parents, I think, you know, shared that same excitement. It was, and again, the feeling and stuff that they had is it's more than football. It's more than football. You know, the kids are hugging each other, telling each other they love each other, and you know, it's a great thing. There's nothing like the first day of football practice, especially for a coach. It's just, you've worked all year to get ready for it. Number one, the anticipation, the excitement, and you see every range of face you can possibly imagine in high school football, because you got, you know, when the varsity practice starts, the sophomore kids are out for the first time, whether it's double sessions in the preseason with the older kids, and so they're, you know, bright-eyed, bushy-tail, but a real sense of nervousness. You have the juniors that kind of a little experience and they know they're in a fighting for positions, and you have, you know, the seniors that they're just so much more mature than when they were sophomores, and they come in with, you know, in our program anyway, exuding a confidence that this is the year, and you know, that and I give it to the seniors. It's their football team, and you live and die with your seniors every year, and so the seniors in our program, they usually come out with a lot of confidence. They're the ones that get us through the preseason. Their faces on that first day are just of sheer excitement and ready to go. You can't do enough the first couple of days. They want to do more. They're very receptive to everything, you know, and it's an exciting time.
Thank God you're part of this tonight, and that no one got seriously injured on both teams. Guys, very simple. Very simple. At any point over the last 2 weeks, we simply could have cashed it in. At any point. We'll never, ever be out of a football game. Never. You gotta always believe, and that's why.
You know, 11 people they all have to be thinking the same thing at the same time, and if everybody's got that state of mind, then you don't have anything to worry about. You have to believe that you can trust the other 10 people that you're on the field with at the time. You just have to know that, you know, the other people on your team are, they want it just as bad as you do. You know, everybody wants it that bad, and you just have to believe that nobody's gonna quit.
You just always believe. First time in my career, two big linemen called, dumb linemen I should say, called the touchdown play. That was a great job. Yeah.
It was the last play, and we were on the 2-yard line, and we were sitting around, didn't know, like, we kind of wondering what play he was gonna call, didn't know how he was gonna go, and then I decided to tell the coach, I think if we just run the same play again right at him, we can push him right in, and we can win. And I told the Coach Gilday, the line coach, he relayed it to Coach Maguire, and he called it.
Go over me, I'll go right over that big guy. That's what we did. And we scored, so let's do that. Nice shot. We'll be inside. Hey, guys! Get over here! Nice shot, baby. Nice shot. You big flummox. We could do it. You big monsters.
It's one of the huge life lessons right there. Against Woburn, you know, all the odds against us. We come off two losses that were emotional, and you know, we had high expectations, and no one gave us a chance. And we were down at halftime, 11-8, and you know, high school kids, you don't know how they're going to react, and like I said, they could have cashed it in. Same thing with Wakefield. We're down 14-7, and you know, they could have written us off.
Get hard on every one of you, right? I've gotten in your freaking face all the time. Why? This is why, right here. This is why we're going to go house jumbo and drive it down. The biggest team in the league, size-wise, we're going to drive it down their throats. Step play side, listen for my call, secure with the ball, let's get it in. Here we go. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go, house. Here we go, house. Guys, gotta look at me.
Come on, pay attention.
Look at me. Look at me, Walshy. Yeah. Secure with the ball here. Go on a quick count. Hey, quick count like we normally do. Right house jumbo, 43 power for the win. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Baby.
That's adversity, and that's how you define. That's how I think you define yourself as a person. It's how you deal with adversity, and as a team. And you know, they certainly define themselves those 2 weeks. And you know, you look for a personality in a team, and that was one of the huge traits. Is there was just absolutely no quitting in any one of our kids, none of them.
Woburn and Burlington always have a rivalry. It's not an angry rivalry so much. It's like I'd say it's a healthy rivalry. It's always, you know, for 4 years, and even in Pop Warner, they've always been our biggest rivals. So that was one reason that the game meant so much. All year this year, their home games were played on our field. So every other week when we were away, they were here. And I guess to make it feel more like home, they would bring with them, they would bring banners, and they would even bring their own end zone goalpost pads. And you know, they tried to make it into their home field when we were away, because that's what it was. It was their home field for that night. But this game was supposed to be an away game for us this year. It was a home game for Woburn. So when we got to the field to start warming up, they had already had people there. They had a DJ playing music on their sidelines. They had big banners all over their stands. I remember one of them said, "Tanner's on tour 2004." They came into this game, you know, saying that this is their home field, and you know, they had all their stuff posted up all around our field, and that just you know, it just drove us crazy. The emotional part was the biggest factor in that game.
By the time we got in the locker room before we came out, I was almost afraid to go in the locker room because the kids were breathing fire. We ran right at them the final drive, right down the field to score.
We're winning. I think it was 28-25, and Woburn had the ball, and they were down at their own 30-yard line maybe, so they had like, you know, one play left. We were just getting ready for, you know, some kind of a Hail Mary, something like that. All of our coaches are saying back up, you know, just knock it down, stay back, knock the ball out of the air.
Keep it, baby! 2 seconds! 2 seconds! Good job. Nice game, guys. Good job. It's right here!
Every win we've had since I've been the head coach, we meet at the 50-yard line, right in the middle of the field. So they're always wandering around, looking around, and I'm always like, it's right here. and once I get there, they all go crazy. We have a blast. That's our celebration. We get in the middle of the field, and because we want to, you know, we won. This is our field, and that's where we're going to celebrate. And we've been doing that every win we've had for the last 12 years. A lot of fun.
once you play with people, like your whole life, like you understand like how they play, and you all understand the game, and you all work together, and you know what you're doing, and you know you can like count on the other guys to like make plays and just hold up their end of like the game, and just, I don't know, it makes you be able to play better if you know they're doing their job. We is just the core group of guys. We're just like the whole team. We're all just like a big like family of players, and we know what we have to do, and we do it. And we are the team, and we're the players, and the coaches, and everyone. So, like, what influences me more to do out and do good is like fear of losing. Like you don't want to lose. You want to go out and play your best game. And like if I went out there and I didn't do my best, I would think about it for the rest of my life, not being able to go out there again and do what I have to do. So I don't know, just gotta go out there and do it for all the other guys.
He's talking about you there.
Yeah.
Coach is pointing at you, saying this kid should not even be walking.
You get tired one play. This kid shouldn't even be walking. You need a shot of courage. You need a shot of courage. You find it. You find something inside your body that's going to bring that little extra outside. Every single person. Every single play. Like I said in that rubber gym, you go after this team harder than you've gone after anything in sports in your life. In your life. You play your hearts out and you play for this team. For each other. Friends don't let friends down. And we got the best of friends and best of people in this room. So you come hard. You come hard every play. And don't let this team breathe. And we'll stay here as long as you want. On that 50-yard line, I'll have that trophy up for 24 hours. My eyes might get tired, but I don't care if someone else can help me. But we'll celebrate all day. But you remember that every play. Every play. Shut him down! Shut him down, Pete!
So tell me what's going on there.
Well, my knee was banged up bad. It was real swollen the day before, and I was naturally trying to hide it from everyone. You know, like I was thinking, it was bad. It was looked like a balloon. You could barely see like any definition around my knee. I was worried, and I didn't see a doctor. I told my mother that I didn't want to see a doctor because they would immediately, you see a doctor, you can't come back until you get a doctor's note. So I would have been out and wouldn't have been dressed on the sidelines, anything. So I went to the trainers the day before the game. They took one look at it. They said, no way. There's no way you're going to be able to play. There's no way you're going to be able. They said you should be on crutches. Told me to go to the emergency room to get it checked out. I didn't. Because, like, in my head, I still had to have a little hope. That night, I was upset, I was just sitting up, couldn't imagine not playing in my last game. And then I got to the field. I woke up the next day. I iced it all night. And I iced it before I went and saw the trainer. So the swelling was way down when she took a look at it, and I said, I think I can go in for a couple plays, anything. I would have taken anything at that point. She told me I was a definite to not play. They told coach that. It was announced. Everyone knew it. I said, you know, if I can get in one play just to help the team out, just to get them excited at a point where we're down a little, anything. And she said, okay, you know, I'll let you go in for a couple plays. And I said, you know, if I'm able to, I want to stay in. She had me do some jogs back and forth. It hurt. And my knee actually, like, instantly started swelling up again. But we taped it up. I don't know if you saw before the game they were taping me up. They almost like splinted my knee, so I couldn't bend it to a certain degree, or it would stop because of the hyperextension. So I wouldn't aggravate it anymore, because my ligaments were real susceptible to being torn at that point. And it was a bad risk to take, especially when I'm planning on doing stuff in college. But it's just hard. It's hard to tell someone they can't do something they love, you know. And it really helped me. I'd look down, you know, people were getting ready for the game, and people had their numbers written on their cleats. You know, Joey, 29, stuff like that. Little things, just kids on my team, just really meant a lot to me. That meant more than playing in the game.
What does it mean to be in the zone?
I mean, there's no crowd. You know, your parents aren't in the stands. There's no noise. You're just looking straight ahead, and you got one thing on your mind: it's getting in the end zone, making a tackle, doing whatever you have to do to win that game. And like the only people that matter at that instant are the people around you that are trying hard. You look around, people are sweating, people are bleeding. Some kids are crying, like you don't even know, but they look at you. Some kids look and they know that you're gonna pick it up, or somebody needs to pick it up, and you got to do it. And that's all you're worried about, is like helping out your team. And that's in the zone, I guess.
You just gotta always trust in your teammates. You can't always say give up and you know, oh, we're out of it now, like we can't come back, or because once you do that, you are out of the game. But if you always keep it, you know, you always know that there's that chance. So like you keep that faith. You know, we kept faith in each other, and we came out with a win. I trust every one of those guys. I know they're gonna put their life on the line, and I'm gonna do the same for them, and that's what a team's all about.
Good job. Zach is going to be a 2 or a 3 out. All right, guys. We're going to come out, and the back is going to come out the middle. There's a Liz and a Rip. If you hear Liz, it's the left side. If you hear Rip, Danny, it's you. And it's Aga, right? He was captain. Okay? Big series now. Hey, what do you say, seniors? Let's go. Hey, here we go. Bring it up here. Bring it up. Bring it up. Ball back, baby. Get the ball. Let's go. Hey. A little more now. A little more. A little more than we held out now. 22 minutes in your career now. Okay? Make the most of it. You'll remember the rest of your life. Stick together like we have for 4 years. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Defense out first. Let's go. Get low here.
Tell me about the run and then the hand slap, and just give me the story.
You know, it looked like a broken play at first. I mean, it started off, the play was originally to the left side, and you know, it was clogged up, so I cut back across, and you know, I ran like 20, 30 yards because a couple people slipped, and you know, they were closing in on me on the sideline, and I felt my feet getting heavy. But I was like, this is my last game ever, and what I was thinking in my head, I was like, I got to keep going. I ended up somehow, I was up against the sideline, so I had nowhere to move, so I kind of stopped short and cut backwards and kind of threw the guy off me, and then I used Tommy to hit another kid, and then another kid dove at my leg. I don't know how I kept my balance, but somehow I kept my balance and stumbled into the end zone, and for maybe the longest run of my career, and definitely the most memorable one since it was on the last game on Thanksgiving. I just see, I hit the end zone, I see a bunch of little kids, you know. I remember coming to the games when I was little, being that kid who was playing football in the end zone. And, you know, just felt like slapping their hands. I was really excited, and I didn't want to leave the kids hanging.
And it looked like there were more than a few kids there.
Yeah, well, I mean, once I slapped a couple kids' hands, and it was adults, and it was a couple people, and people kept running out, so I went around.
Those last few minutes, what's the one feeling you're going to remember?
I remember probably the most is when we beat them, and then people came on the field, and I think my mom told me that Melrose was down like 9-3 or something, and I started getting I like freaked out. I started getting so excited, and then when we got the phone call that they lost, everybody started jumping, and I just remember being like so happy right there. Like, it was awesome. Like,